Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Ali's Take, back with another video here. And today, just for video's sake, just to be fun, not to keep everything so serious, what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be taking a look at the FIFA 22 top 22 players that they dropped later on last week, right? And again, like I say, it's just for video purposes, right? So, as I know, and, hopefully as you know, these ratings don't mean anything. Okay. Like they're all most of it has become like a popularity contest. Some of it is bullshit. But again, like I said, just for the sake of the video here, just so we can be a little bit fun, what we're going to do is we're going to actually act like it's a real life rating. Like if, let's say, UEFA came out and said that these were what they actually rate, these individuals or these players in real life. So that's what that's what basically the plan is. We're going to basically argue on this list. But just so, I can throw it out there just to make sure we understand before I jump into the video here. I don't care whatsoever about these ratings. I don't, regardless if people think they're true or they don't, I personally don't care. It doesn't really matter. Nothing happens with these ratings, right? Like we all know this. So, anyways, just to make sure we can be clear about that, what I'll do is let's just jump right into things here. The first one there, Messi at 93, Lewandowski 92, and then Cristiano Ronaldo 91. Just so we don't have to make this, video about an hour long. Should Messi be 93? Absolutely not. I'm fine with Lewandowski being 92. Honestly, I'm fine with Cristiano Ronaldo even being a 91. I just don't think Messi is a 93. I would be okay with seeing, both Ronaldo and Messi both at 92 or even 91 and having Lewandowski at 93. Again, we have to stop pushing this agenda that Ronaldo and Messi are the best players in the world still. It's coming to the point where they're not the best players in the world. Obviously they're the best in some aspects, but they're definitely not at the top anymore. Okay. So we have to really stop pushing the agenda that they are, just so that we all can be happy, right? Like just so we can all actually just watch the sport for our own purposes here, right? So I wouldn't mind Lewandowski at being 90, at 93, aka the best player in the world, and then Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi under him. We have Kevin De Bruyne at a 91, so making him the fourth highest rated player, in the video game, but like I said, for video purposes in the world. And then I don't mind that. I do think Kevin De Bruyne is definitely the best player in the Premier League. I do think he's the single-handedly the best midfielder in the world, which, obviously puts him, at fourth with the 91 rating here. But this is where I personally, just so we can be on the same page, I know he plays for City and obviously what this channel is about. I don't think Bruno Fernandes is that far off. And I don't think there are players that are far off from Kevin De Bruyne. I mean, a lot of the players in the world right now, and especially in the Premier League, it's a very thin line, a really small gap between these players. But this is where I have a problem here. So we have Mbappe, Mbappito at number 5, so a 91 rating here. Basically, what they're saying is that Mbappe is better than, again, the other players who are on this list. So people who are under him, Mohamed Salah, Harry Kane, Virgil van Dijk, Joshua Kimmich, just some honorable mentions here, Karim Benzema. So and I did want to put some notes down just so we can put this in perspective here. I just don't think Mbappe should be 91 rated. So what you're saying is basically Harry Kane is not, as good as him, or not on the same level as him, which is absolutely insane because obviously Harry Kane, when healthy, is better than Mbappe. It doesn't even really make sense. If you look at some of the stats here, so obviously Harry Kane had the most goals. He had the most assists. Which is, I'm not too sure how many times you've seen the top goal scorer also have the most assists. If you want to get really down and grimy, he's created, more big chances, right? If you don't know what a big chance is, it's, basically almost an assist, right? Like, if you pass it and the guy's just one-on-one the keeper and he misses, it's a big chance created. So he obviously creates more big chances. In terms of key passes, he averages about 1.4 a game, to Mbappe's 1.6. Mbappe has, 27 goals and 7 assists. Harry Kane's 23 goals and 14 assists. You have to put into perspective as well that Harry Kane plays on a worse team in a harder league. So, again, for coming out and if you think Mbappe is, again, should be higher rated than Harry Kane or is better than Harry Kane, just in general, Three things pop into my head. A, you're a casual. Two, you're a lunatic that should be in jail, or you just don't know what you're talking about, right? So again, they haven't come Mbappe at number 5. No, I don't think that should be the case. And honestly, to start some controversy here, to actually start a dialogue here, I don't even think Mbappe is better than Haaland. I know those two are the ones who are compared to each other, and Haaland's not even in the top 22. He's actually 29th at 88 rated. So, we don't know Mbappe is, as like this big creator, this huge dribbler. He's obviously very fast and, he can score. That's basically what we know him as, and he's very, very good at it, obviously, right? I do think he is, up there with some of the best names in that striker position, but to put him top 5 in the world, right, is just absolutely insane, right? Or just because of how we're taking this, list of people into context here. So to put him at top 5 in the world, absolutely insane. He's not on the same level as Harry Kane, right? So the fact that Harry Kane is under him is just absolutely insane to me here. And then this is also one that I get very mad about, because you have Neymar at number 6, okay? And basically the way they get these ratings, right, is basically off performance from the year before, and then they do the rating for, the current year that we're in. So what is insane to me is that, and I don't know why PSG's front three is so protected by the media here. But Neymar only played 18 games, okay, in League One. He had 9 goals, 6 assists in total. Just 31 games played throughout the whole year, so about 2,300 minutes, or 2,323 minutes altogether in all competitions here. And you're basically saying that he's on the same, same level as somebody like Kevin De Bruyne, right? Kevin De Bruyne has played 3,000 minutes in all competitions, right? 3,400. Like, you're basically saying they're on the same page with about 700 minutes here. That's, around 6.5 games in all competitions here. But in terms of league games, and he's only playing 18 games, I don't know. Can you really give him a 91 rated card based off of that? Can you really say he's on the same level as Kevin De Bruyne based on that? Like, I with my own 2 eyes, I know how good Neymar is. He's definitely one of the best players in the world. But I mean, the reason for these statistics and, for the face cards and the ratings is you're basically basing it off the performance from the last year. So I don't know. I mean, if it was somebody like Pogba ended up with like a 91 rated card after being injured for most of the last year, people would go pretty insane. Right. So, and I mean, like I said, it's not like it actually matters, but you would definitely see people thinking that it matters. But I mean, Neymar ended up being 91 rated, only playing 18 games, playing almost 1,000 less minutes than a lot of people that, should be in the top 22. That's just me. And then you have Oblak in number 7. I do think he's the best goalie in the world. And then, like I said before, you have Harry Kane at 90 and Conte at 90. I think we're really high balling Conte here, even though I say that, I do believe he's the best DM in the world. I would think he'd be closer to Casemiro's, right? Who's at number 20, who he's an 89, right? I mean, I'm not mad at the same time, because I think Harry Kane should be higher rated. I think he should be at the 91. I think Mbappe should be, at about 88 or 89. And then you have Neuer at number 10 at 90 rated. And this is strange, because so basically you have Marc-Andre here, Ter Stegen with Manuel Neuer, both at 91. Or both at 90 rated. One's 10, one's 11. And it's funny, because I was going to make this huge case how, Ter Stegen shouldn't even be like on the top 22 players. But in all honesty, Ter Stegen here, 11 clean sheets, 2 more than Manuel Neuer, and he's conceded about 10 less goals than Manuel Neuer. And that's just in the league. I'm not counting in any cups or any competitions here. And I know it's honestly, it's easier to score a goal than save a goal, to be honest, in the most part here. But I honestly think Manuel Neuer plays for a way better team, and he's in a way easier league. So I'm not too sure how he's conceding, 10 more goals and also having less clean sheets here. So I don't know, maybe you can make the case that Manuel Neuer shouldn't be over, Ter Stegen, but that's just me. And this one I also got, if we go down the list, this one I really got mad about as well. Mohamed Salah being 89 rated in 12th place. Okay. First of all, like I said, Conte is definitely the best team in the world. Is he better than Mohamed Salah? No, absolutely not. So he should not be under there. Is Mbappe better than Mohamed Salah? Absolutely not. I would put Salah on Harry Kane's level here. I mean, he is at the top three goal scorers of the Premier League. So you had Kane, Salah, and then Bruno Fernandes. Salah has the best shot to goal ratio out of the three. He had 22 goals, 5 assists. Again, created more big chances than Mbappe as well. Has about the same key passes a game at 1.6. And do people honestly believe that Mbappe is better than Mohamed Salah? Like I know some people think that he's overrated, which he's absolutely not. Like I said in the last video, being the fifth fastest player to score 100 goals in the Premier League. I mean, if you take in the fact again, Salah was in a harder league last year, as well as he was way worse team, especially with all the injuries. The fact that he actually kept them up himself for the most part. And in some games, I honestly thought it was just Salah versus 11. But yeah, just crazy, man. I don't even think I'm not too sure how you really can tell yourself that Mbappe is better than Salah. It's absolutely insane to me, or like that he shouldn't be in the top 10 players in the world. To be honest, right? Like he's an amazing player, such class. I don't want to bring in the stats about how much dribbles he can makes a game, because that's obviously not the point of the video here. But it's definitely strange to me that people actually come out and they can tell themselves that. So then you have Donnarumma 89, which I agree. Benzema 89, which I agree. Van Dijk 89, I definitely agree. Joshua Kimmich 89, I agree with that. I could definitely see him being a 90 rated player. I think he's one of the smartest players in football today for sure. So the fact that you have people on this list who are higher rated than them, I can definitely see it. I think he is more of a key player to Bayern Munich. I'm not too sure. Do I see him better as Benzema, even though they play two different positions? It's really hard to compare, but yeah, like I said, I definitely think Joshua Kimmich is one of the smartest players in football today. This is where I get really mad. So you had Heung-min Son at 17 and 89 rated, and as well as Sadio Mane is the last player. So top 22 players, Sadio Mane is 22 at 89 as well, with Heung-min Son at 89. Okay. This is actually where I got pretty upset, because I know there's actually people who actually believe that Heung-min Son and Sadio Mane deserve to be kind of where they are on the list, or with their ratings. This is not true. Like I don't want to make a bigger deal than it is, so I'll just say this: that Bruno Fernandes is better than both of them. Bruno Fernandes should be on this list at 89 rated. Heung-min Son and Mane aren't even. I wouldn't even go as far as to say they're better than Rashford or Pogba. I can't make the case for Pogba because of last season. He basically was injured. But I definitely I don't see why people would actually think these two players are better than Rashford or Bruno. For this case, I just basically put Bruno here. And I know a lot of people, you really have to watch them play. And I love Heung-min Son. He's one of my favorite players ever. I even watched him when he was at Bayern Leverkusen. For those who didn't know, he was the striker there. You have to understand, and a lot of times, Son ended up with 17 goals and 10 assists, right? If you just quickly go into his stats, he had about 2 key passes, per 90. Big chances created was about 14. So obviously those are phenomenal stats. He's obviously a great player. But to think that he's better than Bruno, like he doesn't even create more than Bruno. He doesn't score more goals than Bruno. Obviously Bruno ended up with 18 goals and 12 assists. Third most goals. Even with the penalties, and 12 assists. So that's the second most assists last year. So I understand the whole penalty thing and how they inflate his stats. Again, nobody wanted to say anything about Jamie Vardy, even though Jamie Vardy scored 8 penalties and Bruno scored 9. So nobody said about anything about Jamie Vardy. He created 20 big chances. Obviously, he has more key passes per 90 just because of the position that he's in. He also took the third most shots last year as well. Right, which is honestly crazy to me as well, just because of kind of the player that he is and where he plays. He's not a striker. He's not an attacking player. Basically, he's an attacking midfielder, right? So I guess he's an attacking player. But the point is, like, even when you use your own eyes, just don't forget about the stats. Even if you use your own 2 eyes, do you actually think Son is better than Bruno? That's just absolutely crazy to me. I don't think Son should be off the list, right? But the fact that they squeezed Mane here is just absolutely insane to me. Only 11 goals and 7 assists. So 11 big he actually had the one thing I was missing here. Mane missed the most chances. So 18 chances missed compared to 10 chances for Son. And I didn't put anything for Bruno here. And he averages less key passes per 90. He obviously averaged less big chances created in the season here. So not too sure how they squeeze them in there. I mean, I don't want to take anything away from Mane. I think from the 19 and 20 season, I think he was like top 3 in the world. But unfortunately, he's just not. And I know Liverpool fans might get mad at that. I don't see why. Like, it's just, he's just not better than Bruno, right? And neither is Son. But I don't know anything else to kind of convince you that they're not. You just have to know what you can see with your own 2 eyes, and they're just not better than them, right? So that ends up on the list there. So obviously, Hingman Son's in 17, Sadio Mane in 22. You have Allison at 18, Courtois at 19, Casemiro at 20, with 100%. Besides Conte, Casemiro is the best DM in the world. You have Ederson at 89, or 89 rated at 21. So yeah, I'm not too sure. Like I said, in reality, these stats really don't matter, right? Or these ratings really don't matter. Other than that, the list, definitely most of the players on here are who I would say on here, besides obviously the ones that I listed. But yeah, besides that, let me know what you guys think. Let me know how, if you guys still play the game at all. I obviously don't. I think the game is absolute horseshit. But if you guys still play, let me know, what teams you guys are rocking with, or who you think should be on the list as well. Obviously, I give my opinion. A little bit spoiler, I'm not going to make my own top 22 players or list who I think are the top 10 players in the world, because it's all subjective. But again, let me know what you guys think. If you think anybody should be on there, if you think Son is better than Bruno Fernandes, obviously just let me know you're a casual. But yeah, besides that, that's all I got for you guys. So let me know what you guys think. If not, see you guys next time.